Hi, welcome to the reading today. This reading is going to be kind of like my personal reading, but for anyone who's in the shared energy that I am in right now. I'm in this, I feel like taking my power back sort of energy. Before I got on the video, I pulled some cards earlier today, and the cards that came out that really resonated with me in this energy were Ten of Swords reversed and Eight of Wands reversed. And I thought, okay, well, Ten of Swords reversed in this energy, this take my power back energy, that feels so appropriate, right? Ten of Swords is like a betrayal or fighting against forces seen or unseen that can at times feel very trivial and at other times intentionally finding every crack or crevice within your persona, life, whatever it might be, to insert criticism, to try to break that crack open a little bit further, trying to undermine you for any little thing. The purpose of that type of energy toward you in that Ten of Swords moment is to weaken you, right? And I think the reason I'm in this energy is because I am feeling the chaos all around in the world at large. And it feels intentional. It is very intentional. It's very similar to the behavior of somebody who may have some type of antisocial personality disorder. Narcissism is a common word that we are throwing about these days. Not necessarily narcissism, but the crazy making behaviors, the crazy making activities that are intentionally designed to keep individuals or the target, let's just say, frantic and focused elsewhere. It's a distraction. It's intended to be a distraction. It's a distraction so you won't look where they really don't want you to look. It's a distraction so that you will focus on putting that negative energy on yourself, then weakening you, draining you of hope, of reason. Lots of purposes for this. So what do we do for ourselves to take our power back, to put a stop to feeling like we're being threatened or running around like chickens with our heads cut off? Routine. Routine. Okay, let's see what this card has to say for us today. Routine. It says, every morning I watch the crows return to my neighborhood, and every evening I see them as they depart. It is like clockwork. The crows have a routine that they have stuck with for as long as I can remember. Routine speaks to the things we do out of habit because it is part of who we are, what is expected of us. In many ways, it is routine that creates stability. However, it can also lead to stagnation or getting into a rut. Ask yourself, are you in a routine that makes a foundation for success, or are you merely going through the motions because you don't know what else to do? Okay. I'm going to show this card for a minute. Routine. It's interesting. I am personally in a place where I am modifying my routines, making some changes. I posted yesterday's reading today, and for me, that reading was about making some changes. I read this routine card right now as an energy of, going through the motions because it seems like that's the right thing to do, or what I'm supposed to do, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to follow this certain order, this certain path, do these certain things. A lot of them are cultural expectations, and that requires you to adhere to some type of regimen, routine. But maybe it's that regimen or that routine that's creating a lot of the havoc. Look at this, Ten of Wands in reverse. I received this same card yesterday. Was it the Ten of Wands? No, it wasn't. It was something else. But this card is, in this version, it's called oppression when it's upright. Boy, that is true. When you feel like you're overburdened, it feels oppressive. This is in reverse. Very similar to that Ten of Swords energy in reverse, that Eight of Wands energy in reverse that I was talking about earlier. You know, kind of the end of a season of feeling like you're oppressed, taking your power back. We have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant here talks to me about following a traditional path. Wow, this is just so on point right now. So I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to say what I feel like I need to say. I don't know if it's going to resonate with anyone or not, but I do feel that particularly in modern times, we are very culturally programmed to fulfill certain roles, certain complete certain tasks, do certain activities, have certain things. It's all driven towards, if you accomplish this thing, then you can have that thing, right? And the end is that means happy, right? And anybody who's gone through that checklist of things and not ended up in happy realizes how full of crap it is, right? Example, very trivial example. The Stanley Cup trend, right? I never bought one. I've escaped that need to be like everyone else, have the Stanley Cup, right? I don't feel like I'm older, so maybe that has something to do with it. But, you know, I also have children who didn't feel the need to fall to that sort of trending pressure. It's a form of consumerism, fitting in by consumerism, fitting in by spending a certain money, having a certain thing, and then you belong, right? Well, the sense of belonging anthropologically is very important. It's very important evolutionarily as well. You do need community. Humans are social creatures. And so that innate need to feel that we are fitting in helps us feel like we belong and is an ingrained protective mechanism that we all have within us. But what we also have is a free will and the ability to think clearly for ourselves. I read the Hierophant as currently representing modern day culture and pressures, and that you need to follow a certain tradition, a certain path towards fulfillment. And this oppression card in reverse, I think oppression is a very, very appropriate word, is this realization, this wake up that so many have right now of taking that power back from this cultural norm and saying, no, that might be yours, okay? That might be your path to happiness, okay? Maybe you go to college and meet the love of your life and get married and have children and buy the fancy house and have the white picket fence and work at the corporate job and pound the pavement and work ridiculous hours and feel all of that stress and pressure and have one vacation a year where maybe you're enjoying yourself, but just around the time you're relaxed enough to enjoy yourself, you've got to pack it all up and go home and go back to that hamster wheel, right? Okay, well, that's for some people, right? But those some people shouldn't be dictating what that list is for everyone else, right? And this is the energy I'm feeling, the take the power back energy, this energy of not wanting to say, that's my path, right? This card is wanting to come out. Ooh, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is, you know, this energy of feeling trapped by your own circumstances. So I think what's happening here is this recognition. Yeah, I did think that that was going to make me happy. And now I'm in this situation where I have the mortgage, I've got the car payment, I've got the kids to feed, I've got this job. What do I do now? Like, where do I make the shift? Where do I make this change? I recognize it feels oppressive, and this traditional path, or this completing this checklist that I was told to complete, doesn't make me happy. But now here I am, and I feel like I don't know how to get out. 1 second here. Okay, back. Ooh, that card came out just as I was about to say, let's pull another card. Okay, we have got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups coming after the Eight of Swords, after all of this information that we've already come through here. Sometimes the Seven of Cups for me is an energy of being distracted by daydreaming when you should be focused elsewhere, right? Almost like a means of procrastination because you can't get yourself to take action where action is needed. But I don't see that here. I see the Seven of Cups coming here as part of the story for you to explore possibilities, to dream. If you are in Eight of Swords energy, the best next thing that you can do is not fretting about, well, I'm trapped, there's no way out. Maybe the best next step is just allow yourself to dream a little bit. It doesn't have to be realistic even. Maybe you just need the practice of getting out of your routine and stepping into an energy of dreaming about something entirely unrealistic. Maybe you start there. Dream about what could be. What would that life be if money wasn't an issue? If time wasn't an issue? If the current responsibilities in your life were not an issue? What would your life be without any constraints? What would it be? Because I feel like that spark is an important piece of the equation. That spark tells us where our heart, where our higher self truly wants to go. Here we go. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse again. And with it, we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's like putting down the energy of fighting, right? Which is not the same as giving up. It's redirecting energy into a more productive path. This is a redirection, and it goes hand in hand with this dreaming. You know, the redirection of the energy here for me is when you're so fed up or so frustrated, maybe you have sadness, depression, fear, anger, anxiety, you know, pull out the wheel. I don't know if you've ever seen that wheel of emotions where you have, you know, your basic primary emotions, let's just say that. And that's in the center of this color wheel. And then what branches off of that are more words that are variations on that aspect of emotion. And then there's another layer where there's more words. It's really about expanding your language around your emotions and how you're feeling and really refining it into a very specific word, getting very precise about how you're actually feeling. And this is about taking that energy that you may have. If you're in this take your power back energy, it doesn't come out of a period of like purity and joy and harmony. You know, it usually comes out of one of those not so awesome emotions, or the emotions we don't enjoy feeling. Let's just put it that way. And turning that energy that's generated from that experience and around those feelings into something more positive. And it's this Ten of Swords, right? which is what I started with before I even pulled this card, was Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's get another card here. Rest. The Rest card. Rest from strife is specifically the words on this card. Yeah. Definitely a time to be, I don't actually want those today. I want these. A time to look inward and dream and evaluate what it is, what actions you're taking to pull back from the overwhelm, the overburden, the energy of oppression, and empower yourself. You know, this morning, what I was thinking of is like, for me personally, anytime I see something in the news, anytime I get feedback anywhere in my life that I feel like it's really just nitpicky, meant to cut me down, or somebody taking their negative energy and putting it on me because I'm an easy target, right? Like they're putting their icky energy on everyone else around them because they can't manage that on their own. And what I was thinking this morning with this take the power back energy is, every time that energy comes towards me, you know what I want to do? I want to have that moment where I have my negative response to whatever it is, recognize that I'm feeling this way and whatever I just encountered is making me feel that way. And then have the opportunity, the awareness, whenever I'm able, to turn that energy towards something that will make me better and more powerful, right? That's what I want to do. So instead of saying, oh, that really made me feel horrible, I had the worst day at work, I'm going to, these are just examples, I'm going to, eat comfort food and sit in front of the TV all night because I deserve to just block out the world. I'm overwhelmed, right? This is common activity in America. And it's something that many of us do, right? So how do we change that energy? And it's a difficult one to change. How do you turn that into an energy of building yourself, making yourself more powerful, giving yourself a glow up, right? So we've got Temperance in reverse, Four of Wands reverse, and Death in reverse as I'm talking and thinking and concentrating on that energy, right? That energy of people bringing that negativity to you, making you feel out of balance, making you feel like there's no harmony, joy, love, commitment in your life, making you feel like you can't change or that who you are is not good enough the way that you are. That's all that energy. Those cards, did you see these cards coming out while I was talking? Let me show them to you. This was the energy of what I was talking about, right? This is the energy many of us are living with. That makes us take actions in our own lives that are not for our greater good or greater benefit. And what can we do to turn that around? Three of Swords. I love this version of Three of Swords. This is a Three of Swords where the swords are into a book, freeing all these birds, like they're freeing thoughts. Back to the Seven of Cups energy, what we can do is we can free our hearts by using our minds, thinking about ourselves, thinking about, when they say that you hang on to anger and resentment, you hurt yourself more than you hurt that other person. It's kind of like that energy of letting go of that resentment so it's not harming you. It's not harming your health. It's not harming your mindset. It's not keeping you trapped. It's not keeping you in a cage. The first step towards freeing yourself is in the mind. And that's how you plant the seeds to make changes and rebuild your future or start building the future of your dreams. It starts in the mind. You free yourself within your own thoughts first. Okay. I hope this reading was helpful and resonated with some of you. Thanks for joining.